What is up, everybody? It's Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe show, the home of Epic Conversations. And I'm the host of Epic Conversations, home and host. Home and host. I think that's what I said. If I didn't, I said it right the second time. And I, as always, am the co-host and co-producer of the only online show in the world for dads, fathers, and male caregivers. That's sponsored by Doveman Plus Care, and being part of that movement, we've reached out directly and indirectly to over 400,000 dads, fathers, and male caregivers around the world. And as always, I like to see you're blessed, highly favored, a magnet for miracles, and a solution for someone's problem. Broadcasting live August 23rd. Yeah, the summer is settling. We here in Toronto, we haven't had any, well, it's humid today, but it's not sunny. Don't know if we're going to get another blast of hot, hazy, and humid weather over the next few weeks. Don't know. But you know what? If that's it, I'm happy with what we got. It's been amazing outside. And also today, I had done something I hadn't done in a long time. I went on a pretty decent bike ride. Haven't done that in a long time. And I said, yeah, let me just get out and stretch some leg. And it was a really nice time. And I'm planning to do that more often. So get some exercise in, get some things in. But you know what? It's been a while since we saw this person and we saw this person together. What have they been up to? Because it's called Primetime Saturday with Aisha and LaLa. What has been going on, family?
Trying to figure out where this year went.
No, oh my gosh, it's going by so fast.
Well, you know what? For me, summer has not gone by fast. In Toronto, we're not used to getting the hot, hazy, humid weather that we've gotten, especially in July and middle of August. So it's been a slow one. So don't rush it. But yeah, for me, it's going by slow. What you say?
Well, we went from like a 90-something day to then a 57 morning. Yeah. And that's because it rained like 2 days in a row and it was cold. And now then it went like to 82. And now it's just like really, really nice. It's in the 80s, but it's not like a hot 80s. It's like fall kind of. It's
like the seasons don't know what to do.
No, they really don't. It's just like it just feels like it's schizophrenic weather.
LaLa, I gotta ask a question. Hope you don't smack me digitally in the head for this. Where did you get your pouty lips from?
You know what? That's my mama's. I grabbed that from my mama.
Okay, thank you, Mama LaLa. Thank you so much. All right, as always, what has been one win that we can all celebrate? So I celebrated doing a bike ride today, and I'm planning to do more of them. So, Aisha, we haven't seen you in a bit. So what's a win that you've had?
I got to see one of my best friends and have a really, really good time with her at her house in North Carolina, and her baby, he's 4. I just adored him to death. And that was nice. It was just a lot. It was a really good time, and we committed to seeing each other more often. So
yes, you've said you're actually going to be seeing her in a few weeks.
Yes, for my birthday, we're going to Myrtle Beach. So
nice.
I love that.
Yeah, actually, I found a resort on the beach that has a poolside bar.
Oh, excuse me.
Yes, so the bar is in the middle of a pool.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I go when I go to resorts. Those are always cool. Those are always cool.
That's one of the reasons why I chose it.
Okay. All right, LaLa. What?
I baked bread today.
Huh?
I baked bread today. I used my mom's recipe. I usually don't bake this bread until the holidays, but I just really wanted to do something that kind of connected me and grounded me to home, and I baked bread today. And I was a little frustrated because I thought, because I can bake the bread so good, for some reason it didn't want to like bind like I'm used to it binding. And so I kind of teared up a little bit because it was my mom's recipe, right? So I said, okay, I'm just going to do the best I can and put it in the refrigerator, and it is rising. So we're going to have lots of fresh homemade bread tomorrow.
Nice. White bread, whole wheat. What type of flour did you use?
It's white. It's a traditional white that mom does. So
okay. I guess another one I have to celebrate this week. I finally am ready to go full in this world of AI.
Yeah.
Well, I'm ready to invest some more time into it.
Yeah, me too.
Because LaLa and I shared a video with LaLa, and I hope it plays. If it doesn't, I got other backup on it. There is a lady, folks, if you want to know about AI, there is a lady named Aisha Little. Actually has a great YouTube channel, and actually about a month ago, she did like an hour and 40-minute summit about AI. She calls herself, quote, the queen of AI. Check her out, and you probably will know why she calls herself that. She had a 4-hour summit.
I can't wait to watch it.
Well, and now I played it back on my desktop, so it didn't. There was no audio. If it doesn't play, I've got backup. But tell me. But also, if you go to her YouTube channel, she did another thing about an hour and 40 minutes about a month and a half ago that is still on her YouTube channel.
Yeah, I got to catch that.
Catch up.
And I'm using a guy by the name of Jonathan Mask, M-A-S-K. And he is really great, explains everything so well. He has a lot of classes that basically start out at like $10. And then all the way up to 150, and it's usually 2 to 4 hours to 3-day training. So I really like him. He keeps it basic. He's great for the prompting part of getting the skills of really prompting properly to get what you need out of it. So that's who I've been looking at.
I'll be interested to see your comparison between her and Aisha. Like she is so this is crazy. Aisha had Aisha and Aisha. Aisha has a team of 8 people. 3 of them are actual human beings. The other 5 are AI chatbots.
Isn't that crazy?
Department is AI generated. And like when I
saw
that,
love-hate relationship with this. I'm such a geek. I love geeks like that. But then I'm like, so every day it's a pull and push. Every day it's like, yes.
All right. Well,
I can tell you one other one I did have. Classes start on Monday.
Oh,
yes.
Oh,
I finished almost all of my readings for the first week and 2 of my 3 assignments.
Wow, already?
Yes, due next week. Yeah. Because I have one class that is 7 weeks long, and I refuse to get behind.
And those are the ones that are fast like that. It's easy to.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm good. So next week I will be starting week 2 during week 1. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. I went to the library 3 days this week. The school library.
Wow. All right. Before we get to break, there's so much stuff that's going on. Plus, we haven't done a live show in 2 weeks. I said, let's cover some quick things that's happened over the last 24 to 36 hours. And then we're going to get into other stories. So let's talk first. Epstein tape. Giselle Mack.
Pure garbage. Don't believe it.
It's unnecessary BS. Oh my God.
We already know that you've already scrubbed it, turned it upside down, baked it in the oven, and added new people's names onto it. I don't trust that list. It's not trust.
Well, here's the thing for me. Okay, this was skillfully implemented, right? Mm-hmm, the reason that they were supposed to give this this information to members of Congress, to this committee 3 days ago, right? Was it Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday they were supposed to do it? They held it out till Friday because they knew what they were giving was not going to have any new information. 98% of what they gave was already out there in public information. So they held it so that they could spice together this audio thing that they wanted to put out.
Yeah.
And this audio tape they released because they did the dump of information that they gave to Congress was like 13,000 pages. They knew that they weren't going to be able to sift through it to say that this is information we already knew, but that this audio was going to be able to they were going to be able to release it and people could hear it first. I mean, first of all, you can't believe anything that comes out of Ghislaine Maxwell's mouth. She is a convicted sex trafficking pedophile. That is the first thing. And two, she got moved to a country club prison for people who are not sex trafficking pedophiles. As a matter of fact, you can't have a sex offense to even be placed there. They made an exception for her. And then in this video, this audio, she is gushing over Trump and how great he is and how he never did anything wrong. I never saw this. I never saw him do this. I never saw him do this. Well, here's the thing for me. Donald Trump, if you did everything so perfectly, well, shit, just release the file with your name unredacted, because that it's going to be in there that you did nothing wrong. You hemmed and hawed about releasing anything. Then if what she's saying is true, the file will bear that out. Huh?
Here's my theory. She has been pardoned. What they're doing is going through actions and motions. So they couldn't just pardon her straight up quickly like that. What they are doing is making strategic moves while everybody else is looking at the man behind the curtain. They are quietly going to release this woman, and she's going to go off on her merry way. We're not going to know where she goes, because if you ask me, she's got many places to go to. Epstein money is still flowing through the banks. There have been deposits and withdrawals from his accounts. So you can't tell me she does not still have gameplay money in this. She can disappear very easily if she wants to, and she will, because that's what the agenda is going to be. She's not going to get out and be like, "See, I'm free. I'm going to my family this weekend." No, girlfriend going to disappear, but it's going to be on her own terms. She's been pardoned.
And remember, she doesn't need Epstein money. Her father had lots of money. Her father is a Russian oligarch. People don't forget that part, right? And the other thing in this video, what she does, the fact that she basically turns around and blames those girls. Well, if they were raped, I don't understand why they kept coming back. So basically what you're saying is this happened.
Yeah. There's little trigger things in there that I think she's trying to be very snarky about. You have to be very smart, and y'all need to stop just glazing over and getting angry at things so fast. Open your eyes and your ears and read between the lines, because honestly, it's right there for you to see.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It didn't. This tape, it didn't work.
Nope.
MAGA didn't fall for it. Because the thing of it is that MAGA might not be the smartest people. They might not be the sharpest pencil in the basket, but they can put one and one together and get two. They're like, well, if he didn't do anything wrong, let us see. There shouldn't be a problem then.
Okay. And I'm sure there'll be more, if anything, is said about it, because no one's really talking about it. But
Well,
here's the bottom line.
Of course, diversion.
Let's be very clear, though. Donald Trump must have done the worst of anybody else in that file, because if it was full of Democrats,
it would have been out.
That did horrible things, it would
True.
have been
That's a
out.
good point.
It would have been out.
That's a good point.
If Democrats did far worse things than Donald Trump, it would have been out. What he did has to be very, very nasty work.
Other story that was big over the last 24 hours, more than 36 hours. John Bolton, former friend of 47, house gets raided when he's away in the morning. Thoughts?
Well, he wasn't exactly a friend. He
Was.
worked for him.
You worked for him, yes. You worked for him, yes. But they weren't friends. They're not friends now.
Yeah. And you know, once again, it's just because this man is like he is so predictable. Oh my! And then all he did was complain about
LaLa
when
wants
his
me to get up and
his
walk
house got
away.
raided. Well, my house was raided too. What are you, 5?
And I
They
love how
all
your
are.
buddy 47
It's
says,
another
"Oh, I knew
smoke
nothing
screen."
about it."
Oh, whatever. You know what? This is all a big magic smokescreen. So he's doing his very best to cover up everything that he knows that could bring him down. So anything that you see right now, just know, stop following the bright shiny ball and look through the smoke, because that's where you're going to find what's really going on in the government and what's going on and all this stuff, but not this fancy headline stuff. Let me tell you something. If he was so strong, the billionaires who supported him, mostly the ones that are ultra billionaires, wouldn't be abandoning him. Let me tell you something. Murdoch used him for exactly what he wanted. And once he got that nice little old tax break, you notice he started dripping out the true stuff in the Wall Street Journal. You notice how all of a sudden Trump was like, I'm going to sue you, but that quietly went away. Everybody knows that you're the village idiot. But when you're no longer the useful village idiot, that's when that's the real story. No one's talking about that. Mm-hmm. It's the power moves that the ultra billionaires have done now that you are now seeing pull back. Now that they've gotten what they've wanted, they will destroy him.
Yeah. I mean, it's like earlier this week, the thing that like came out, it was like a flash in the pan, but nobody really focused on, was the lawsuit against Fox from the other voting machine company, and all the stuff that came out, like with the emails between the different Fox people, and how Jeanine Pirro's husband, ex-husband, she asked Trump for a pardon, and how all these people were talking about how stupid Trump is. Again, that worked for Fox.
He's really the laughing stock. They just know how to use him as they're the puppet masters. He's the puppet. Mm-hmm. The problem is there are many puppets that they have actually lined up underneath him so that they could pull the strings for as long as they can.
Yeah.
Okay. Because there's been so much going on, we did a jump start and went before the break, but we're going to go to the break, come back with some house chores, some comments already. Again, for those who haven't been with us for a bit, 2 shows ago, we introduced something new that you can call in and chat with the ladies in real time. We're going to go for a break first because it's already too hot in the shot. And, you know, LaLa's already put out her fan too many times already, so we got to cool off for 30 seconds. We'll be right back in 30 seconds. We'll be right back in 30 seconds.
Very good morning. It's the best way to start the week with the morning vibe.
I think we're looking at social media as this real. It's not real, y'all. Like it's really not real, and it's putting a lot of pressure on Black men. And
the government is concentrating on giving funding to community organizations instead of businesses.
Then you cannot ignore the fact that the American market in almost every single arena is about 100 times larger than the Canadian market.
There we go. The Morning Vibe with myself and my co-host, Mr. Ryan Knight. Monday and Friday mornings, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 a.m. Pacific. All right, let's do some housework. Girlfriends Chat with Aisha, LaLa, and Jill Jones was on Patreon. There's still some stuff there, but the place you go to is Substack. That's where you go check it out. Also, Primetime Saturday Show store. The link is there. Join the Discord group. Email me at dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com or hit the link that you see there. Also, subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube and hit the notification button, like the Dr. Vibe Show on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and Substack. And also, if you want to advertise your business, product, or service on any of the platforms that I'm a part of, email me at dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com. And we cannot forget Dr. Tachi, who was on fire the last time she was here. And hopefully she'll be with us next week because LaLa is taking some time, well-deserved time with her hubby. Dr. Tachi runs Indie Soup TV, independent content creators platform, about 28,000 YouTube subscribers in about 18, 19 months. Go check it out. Let's get to comments. So we got comments. We have Enlightened Being says, hello. Hello, Enlightened Being. Good to have you here. Fan number one, supporter number one, Jen Myers is in the house. Says hello, everyone.
Hey,
Hans Ohoff says, I need to learn what this AI is all about. Saw a meme that said using it like Google as wrong, and I felt attacked.
That's one of my friends. Hey,
yes,
I got you.
Yes, he's saying hello through LaLa's channel. Also, Enlightening Being says, I love AI. There is good and bad to everything. She also says, they say, Epstein has gone through a hot water wash big time. It's all part of the diversion. And also says, it's so hard to keep up with the stories. But the stories are spoon-fed to us. You have to know where to look for the real stories. Well said.
Right.
All right. We're introducing this again. I think it was 2 shows ago. We launched something because I know sometimes you guys, you have your comments in the comment section wherever you're watching this, but now you have the opportunity to call in. So do you have a question or a take that you'd like to share with the ladies when they're live with us? Now, if you have a smartphone, laptop, desktop, tablet, is there any other device? I don't know. Okay, you can go to callme.road.com, or if you have a smartphone, you can scan this code. Now, after you do that, let's go to our next screen. It'll take you to this here, and you'll get this screen here, and all you need to do, and as you see, you go to this screen, you put in the code FSPL8L in capital. You hit continue, and then all you need to do is put in your name. So, for instance, I'm putting in my name here, Vibe. And once you're finished, all you have to do is join call, and you are in live. That's all you need to do to call in live. So the last time we were on, Ryan Knight had a very spirited conversation with Dr. Tachi and LaLa. It was a very respectful, good conversation. All right, so Regina, we want you to call in. We'd love, same Enlightened Beings or Jen, we'd love you to call in today. Also, Regina says, hey, y'all, I've been moving and totally out of sync. Hope you're all well. Just got here. I'm keeping up with the Epstein nonsense. Maxwell should be in a town pillory with a fruit tossed over. I
love it.
So, Regina, we'd love you to call in. We'd love you to call in, and we'll show a banner on how you can do that. But anyone who'd like to call in, I'm watching here, and we'd love a caller today, if possible, and if you're comfortable. All right. With all that done, let's start for our conversation piece. Texas approves new electoral map favoring Republicans. Thoughts?
Okay, we knew they were going to do this. The thing for me was what they did to that representative, the Black woman, by locking her in because she wouldn't sign her damn freedom papers, which is basically what they were.
Exactly.
that is a grown woman. Why does she need to sign a permission slip to get a police escort who is really basically supposed to keep her from leaving the state? And
It's
then
a power move. It was just a power move.
right. And apparently what I learned was that a lot of the black and Latino state house members didn't come back. It was mostly the white ones that did. And they allowed, and they signed on for this, but the ones that did go back went and sat with her and made sure she had food and water. And it was like, I'm sorry, I wouldn't be signing that either. You're gonna just have to lock me in. But the fact that this was a violation of her civil rights.
Yes, it was.
It was kidnapping. And the fact that there was no way, no one who's been held accountable for that.
No.
Because
that was definitely a white supremacy move.
Yes.
Papers. What do you think they did to us during slavery? Papers
Right.
to move from plantation to plantation? Are you fucking kidding me?
Right. So the governor, the attorney general, the federal attorney general, who at that point, the Supreme Court should have said, hey, wait a second. We know we don't usually get involved in these things, but because nobody did their job, our job is to uphold the Constitution, and this is wrong. Let her go.
But nobody's upholding the Constitution. Matter of fact, they're doing their very best to get rid of the Constitution. They're wiping out pieces. They're wiping it out on every website. They're doing everything they can so that people cannot reference it. But what did we tell y'all? What did we tell y'all months ago? Go get your copy immediately. You need a copy of it immediately, because they're rewriting and changing it and then acting like, no, it was that way all along, Jedi trick.
Mm-hmm.
So while they were actually pulling this garbage, I want to give you some facts about what they have done. Yeah. So the black vote now only counts as 1/5 of a white vote because of how they have gerrymandered and redrawn these lines. So
hold
on. So we've gone from 3/5 to 1/5?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. And guess what? There was a Latino representative in the Texas legislature who said they are going from the 3/5 compromise to 1/5.
And so now Republicans now control 26 of the state's 38 congressional areas.
Yep.
Okay. There are 60% of people of color in Texas. You tell me how did that math? That math don't math to me. That math don't math to me.
And then these people that did this had the nerve, the unmitigated gall to get mad that California passed their bill to allow for the people of California to vote on gerrymandering in November.
Yes. Now, notice how he's doing that. He is allowing the people to speak. Now, don't get it twisted, y'all, because see what a lot of people just think in their head is that California is such a beautiful LaLa hippie land. No. It's mostly Democratic, but there are some very powerful pockets of Republicans there. And immediately when they heard that Newsom was going to do this, they immediately tried to draw up papers to say that he wouldn't be allowed to do this. And that didn't work. So don't think it's all blue.
He followed the state's constitution. And I need for Democrats to understand this. Everybody's like, "Oh, New York next. Let me clarify this for you, because I've been saying it on Blue Sky and people have been trying to correct me. I live in the tri-state area. I do understand this. Let me explain this. Hope and Hochul has said this. They will not be able to get it done for 2026. Sorry to burst your bubble, your hopeful bubble. And I'm saying this specifically to white Democrats who have been so excited. New York cannot get it done before 2028 because it requires a constitutional amendment to do a mid-year census gerrymander. So in order for them to do an amendment to their constitution, they require 2 legislative sessions. That would be 2026 and 2027. So they would not be able to do it until 2028, which is fine. They pick up 5 seats in 2028, but it won't be done before next year. So let that dream go.
Put your energies to where you can do something now.
Right.
Don't feel defeated.
Right.
That's my new motto, y'all. We gonna tell you the good, bad, the ugly, but we're always going to keep you uplifted.
Yes.
Just because that may not happen overnight doesn't mean that there aren't other things that you can be working on.
Yes. And if another liberal, again, another white liberal tells me that, well, Connecticut should gerrymander its districts. We only have 6 congressional districts, baby. And all 6 are Democrat, right? We haven't had a Republican since 2008. There's no need for us to gerrymander. All of our state offices
doesn't that just show you that people don't understand? They don't understand our government. They just jump on the bandwagon and assume things without really understanding how our government works.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a problem. Just because one state has done it and done it illegally, doesn't mean that everybody else needs to do it. It doesn't work that way.
Right.
I wish.
Look, it would be a waste of time.
In the first place.
It would be a waste of time for Connecticut to do that. All 6 of our congressional districts are Democrat. All of our state offices are Democrat. We've got a super majority in both chambers of our state legislature. That's it. We don't need to do that. It's purposeless. But what we can do, and I did suggest this many, many times, and people don't want to listen, is, you know what, all that money that that the Democrats keep asking for, use that money to give people grants to move from these red states and move to blue states, because population shifts are going to be a lot faster to get through before the midterms than trying to go through changing these maps, because you shift the population, they lose seats. They can't gerrymander a population shift. I mean, they can't gerrymander what they don't have. You want to affect something, like you take 750,000 people out of Nancy Mace's district in South Carolina, and you go and you plant them in Maryland, boom, they got additional seat, and they lose a seat in South Carolina. That's a whole lot easier than trying to, let's draw the district so we can get.
Let me ask. Well, you know what? Let me go to some comments here, because I see some comments as always coming in. She's in the house. Dr. Tachi says, "Happy Saturday, all. Good to see you here, Dr. Tachi." And also, Regina says, "I'm all in on Newsom's strategies. Oh man, I did voter registration today, and it was depressing. The top issue people were concerned about, the environment. I'm an environmentalist, but democracy?" She also says, "I was looking at Newsom's astrological chart. His future auspices are very, very good people." Enlightened Being says, "It sure is, Regina. I hope he heads in that direction." She also says, "I also predicted."
You and Jill.
Lots of signs were unfortunately right on his mark. Jupiter conjunct and his sun and Uranus on the midheaven. However, Newsom is at next. Regina,
her and Jill both said the same thing about Trump winning.
Pardon me?
Her and Jill both said the same thing about Trump's astrological.
Okay.
Sure did.
You know what though? Here's the thing. What Newsom's doing, and this is the thing I don't think that other Democrats are picking up on. Newsom's going to be the front runner for the next presidential election, because the bottom line is that it's starting now. It has to start now. It has to, because here's the thing: the next Democratic nominee, the one who will win, it's not going to be somebody who's going to sit and wait until 2027 or late 2026 to run. And also, too, it's not going to be somebody who is not going to be like, it's going to be somebody who's going to be like, you know what? I'm about sick of this man. It's going to be somebody who's going to say that point blank, period. It's going to be someone who's like, he wants a fight, I'm going to take it to him. You know,
true,
all
but
these
then
people,
again, like
all these
I
people,
still
Kim
stand by
Bondi's
what I say. I don't want anybody announcing anything right now. I think that this is too early. And I don't want to put that out there when we have so many fires that we're fighting now. I would rather our candidate wait because we ain't even out of this first year yet. Make your moves in silence, because you know we all say make your moves in silence. But I still feel, and I hope and pray that nothing is announced yet. I'm not ready for that.
I'm not saying that they should announce, but I'm saying it's going to be somebody who's going to be like, you know what, Pam Bondi, there's going to be a jail cell waiting for you.
Oh, baby.
I want somebody who's already talking that stuff, because I don't think it's going to be somebody who says, my Justice Department is going to be separate from me. And no, that person's not going to be like, somebody says, you know what, all these people, Kash Patel, whatever he's doing, we got to investigate this because there's some dirty stuff. That's what I need somebody to say. That, because I don't think the people right now are seeing such unfairness,
cruelty.
And people, here's the thing. Ordinarily, people wouldn't want revenge. People want vengeance now.
Yes.
And that's going to be the person that's the person who's going to win. The person's going to be like, there's too much shady business. Mm-mm.
And but you know, here's the thing: a lot of things that people don't talk about. You know, we laugh about this, you know, fuck around, find out thing, but honestly, they are. A lot of that, there are, of course, his diehards are going to be his diehards, but there are some who were pretty close to that diehard, and they are not happy with what they're seeing. I mean, the farmers are losing out. You know, the everyday working people who thought Merkel was so good are now seeing that it's not for them. They are not a them. They are an us. They're losing their farms. They're going bankrupt just in Kentucky. All those bourbon and whiskeys. Listen, I ain't happy about that. I don't want to see nobody go out of business. But all those people supported him. So look at what he's done. He's turned around and screwed them. Just like, thanks for your support. Don't need you anymore. So all those people who are now waking up, don't forget, will probably be crossing ranks to get him out of there. But the damage has been done, everyone. I need you to understand that this is not easily fixable. He has damaged and he has torn apart. He has stealed and pillared and plunged as much as he can, as fast as he can, because this is not something that you can put back together in one term. We're going to be dealing with this for generations to come.
Yeah, we are. And this is, and I think the thing is that what people are going to want to see, and I think the person is, it's going to be a person that says the FAFO now comes for that administration.
Yeah.
Okay.
Regina. Oh, put up Regina's comment.
We'll get to it. People can still say vote against them no matter what their blank with redistricting they are up to. People are sick of the GOP. She also says, I am sorry if it seems like I'm announcing anything. It's just the movement of the planets over the next few years. I will not mention again, Lady La. Promise.
No, you keep going. I'm okay with it.
No, you're good. No, we were basically saying that you said exactly what Jill had said to us a year ago.
Okay. And
Regina says, she's into the stars.
She called it that way.
Regina says the farmers and distillers are bankrupt for supporting. I won't say that term.
I will. The douchebag.
You guys can say it. All right. But Regina, why aren't you calling in? We want to hear your voice. You always have so much to offer.
And here's the thing. You know what though? They would still vote for him again today in a heartbeat, because these are people who, unless even though the carnage is hitting them, they don't want other people to have things.
They don't, but we can't. I hate to say this, but we ain't gonna be able to put up no black person up here no more. Like, listen, we need a.
I know.
They're not gonna listen. They will lose their mess if that happens again. Unfortunately, it can't be a person of color who's running next.
Oh, and it can't be a woman either. It's gonna have to be a white man, and we know that. And look, we know that, and guess what? We're okay with it.
Well,
I'm okay with it if it means that none of the trash on the other side of the aisle gets there, but it also cannot be a Chuck Schumer type.
all right. So Regina says, I can't figure out how to do it. Okay, Regina. Producer Matt, put the image up on the screen. All right. This is for you, Regina. So if you have a smartphone, which I'm sure you do, if you scan that QR code, all right, once you scan that QR code, then what you do is you're going to get to, got to take this down, Producer Matt, if you can. And then you'll come to this site. You put in your name and you hit join call. So make sure you put in the proper code, which I always forget, FSPL8L, all in caps. All right. So we want to hear from you because you always have so much to contribute via the this is one of the reasons I put in for you, Regina, because you always are on fire. So tell us how you're progressing with that. Any further comments we have on this topic before we jump in? We're speaking that, and Dr. Tatch, I know you're here too, Enlightened Beings. Anyone else that's watching live, call in. Call in. But any more comments we have on this one?
Nope, keep watching. Stay tuned. It's still evolving.
Well, okay. Was it worth the Texas Republicans' time doing what they did?
No. And
No,
you know what? It's
because they weren't expecting other states to push back.
No,
they really were not.
They weren't expecting other states to push back, right? And here's the other part that's embarrassing for them, is that they also were not expecting the eye. They weren't expecting the eye of the country on them for doing it. And
yeah, they really thought they were going to waltz in there and knock it out.
They look as bad as Tennessee looked 2 years ago.
Yeah, which, by the way, they still doing some shady majigging in Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and there was that video that I sent you about the with the white woman who said this was just straight up racist. Let's be very, very clear. It was just straight up racist, and you know it.
Wow. All right, let's move to our next conversation topic. We're crossing our fingers that someone will call in, especially Regina. 47 administration's anti-woke campaign targets Smithsonian institutions.
It's not Smithsonian institutions. Let's be very clear. They're really targeting the National Museum of African American History and Culture. And let's be clear. It's about this. It's about the amount of how the museum treats slavery. The thing of it is that you have to look at the context of Black history in this country. The majority of our time in this country has been spent in chains.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you're talking about a 400-year history, like 90% of it was spent in chains. And
that's where they want to take us back to.
Right. And then of the, like, literally we've only had 60 years of like supposed freedom. Come on. You can't make it up. And my thing of it is this, right? And I've said this before. I said this on this program before, and I said this in talking with LaLa before. All the stuff that's at that museum is donated. I need our people to go get our stuff back.
Go get our stuff.
Because I don't trust this man with it. I think that he will have it taken. He'll keep some things. He'll give things away. He will sell things to the highest bidder. go get our stuff back until he's out of office and we can put it back in our museum again.
Did any of you see the clip of when he visited the African American Museum and he gave it so much praise? Did anyone see that clip?
Yes, that was just 2017. But here's the thing that he knows. He knows that anti-blackness is a wedge issue, and he knows. Well, it's not just divide. He knows that he's underwater with his people over Epstein, and he knows this is a way to win them back.
Divert. He needs.
Remember this. It worked with CRT. It worked with the 1619 Project. It worked with woke. It worked with DEI. So all he's doing is just revamping it.
They just rinse and repeat with a different word or a different topic.
Notice he does it anytime that he's in trouble. Anytime he's in trouble, anytime he's underwater, that's all he does. Like, remember, it was the DEI came about because of the abortion thing, right? So CRT was a big thing because of COVID. So anytime that he's falling down, and like what Regina first is saying about Jillian Michaels.
We'll get to that in a moment. We have to say at least a few seconds on that. That was interesting. But Regina says, I'm freezing using an Android phone. It keeps freezing on the code screen. It shouldn't. I have an Android phone and it works. So got to be something up with that phone. And then she says, Jillian Michaels is an imbecile. She later said she got her talking point.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know why she was on CNN anyway on this topic. If I want advice on how to lose weight, I go to Jillian Michaels. If I want advice
go to her.
If I want to know about history, I go to my mother, who was a history teacher for almost 50 years. I don't go to Jillian Michael. And not only that, she got her talking points. Listen, when she says the 2% thing, that the fact is that you can skew history all you want. When you look at the entire country, first of all, talking about the country in 1860, we didn't have 50 states in 1860. And then again, the entire country wasn't a slaveholding country at that point. So then when you reduce it just to the 13 states that did have enslavement, the number, and then you take away the population that was enslaved from that, you end up with something like 90% of white people have enslaved. So yeah, I can do math.
Here's my concern. She has a black child that she adopted.
Exactly. Where's CPS?
Somebody needs to go get that baby. Because no telling how. Now she adopted it. She was 2 years old. She adopted this daughter in 2012. So what do you think is being taught behind closed doors? It ain't our history. It's whatever her agenda is. And as I said, I don't need her advice on health either. Because after watching the documentary that I just did on The Biggest Loser, she's trash.
But here's the thing. Here's what kills me. When you are a member of a marginalized group yourself, you took your talking points from the same White House that wants to invalidate your marriage.
Thank you.
That tells you everything you need to know about her.
Let me ask then, just talking with Jillian Michaels singing, why was she? Do you question about media? Why was she even on that in the first place?
That's why I started out by
when you're not relevant anymore, you do anything that you can to get yourself right back in the eye of the public. Now she knew. I'm sorry, this is totally tied to this documentary that came out about the whole Biggest Loser thing. She knew that it was going to be a dark point, so she tried to come out and make herself put herself in a better light and align herself with certain things, but it just made her look like a bigger ass.
I mean, I don't understand why. The thing of it is that I'm not going to even put her being on that show on her. What made CNN say, "Oh, we're going to have a clip talking about slavery. Let's call Jillian Michaels"?
Yeah.
Who does that?
The same people who pushed PragerU in, talking about slavery wasn't bad and all these cartoons.
Oh yeah.
With all
Would you
these
rather be a
token
slave
black
or would you
folks.
rather be would you rather be a slave or would you rather be dead? I say you ask the many slaves who would
did
rather who would
That
rather
did die.
that
Who
did die.
chose to jump over on the ships. Thank you very
Exactly.
much.
Or the woman who Beloved is based on.
I like that clip was just I just went, really? My gosh, like, but I and see, this is the thing. Good journalists may ask, Jillian, you adopted a black young man. How do you feel
Daughter.
saying
No,
daughter?
daughter. No, a good
Oh.
journalist would have said, Jillian Michael,
What do you know about
what
this?
give you the expertise to sit here and talk about this?
Yeah.
Why are you even opening your mouth? We're not talking about weight loss. You should leave the table.
Not
Well, as a matter of fact, okay, how about this, Jillian Michael? Instead of this, let's talk about the diets of the enslaved.
Thank you. How about that? That's a good one, Aisha. Maybe we should ask her about that. Are you listening, Jaden?
Where do you
look? That's something you should know about.
Where do you feel the attack on the Smithsonian will end up?
It's going to be just like everything else. It's going to be destroyed. But see, we are a resilient people.
Right. It's going to be like the Kennedy Center. And the thing is that the guy who's there now, I believe what I read was that he's starting to call the people who have pieces there and telling them, come get your stuff.
Yes. We have someone who's very smart and he's doing it quietly.
Yes.
He's not like out there talking about, we're not going to take it. We're not. No. My man said, this is what we're going to do. We're going to call people and let them know. And he's doing everything he can because he knows it will be in better hands with the people who brought it and left it there, because we are a resilient people. We'll have many other little museums everywhere else. It may not be at the Smithsonian, but baby, it's going to be somewhere.
We've got other little African-American history museums all across the country. That's where a lot of these things were. So they'll go back there. They'll go back to private collections and they'll sit and they'll wait this man out, because guess what? I seen his ankles.
And his hand.
And his hands.
Oh, gosh.
That tells me there are arteries clogging all over the place.
Baby, what's your boy's name? The one
Lawrence O'Donnell.
Who?
Did you see Lawrence O'Donnell? Lawrence O'Donnell went 10 minutes on them ankles. I swear to God.
No, I'm talking about Alex. What's that dude's name? Alex. What's his name? The one that got out all that trouble with all that money and they had to give it back. And all
Alex Jones.
Alex Jones.
Girl, he came out talking about, I give him about a year.
Yeah, I saw something about that.
Ways, he's not going to make it another year.
Yeah, I saw something about that. Him saying that he's
look. If Alex Jones don't change his ways, I don't think he'll make it a year.
Okay. All right. Before we move on to our next conversation piece.
But I'm sorry, before you do that though, if you get a chance, go look at that Lawrence O'Donnell clip. It is savage. Just 10 minutes going in on Trump's ankles.
I can't wait. I'm gonna watch that before I go to bed tonight.
Okay. All right. Again, if you've got a question or a take, go to callme.road.com and use the code in capital letters FSPL8L. You can only do that when we're doing a live show, by the way. Only when we're doing a live show. Okay, next conversation piece. 47, Putin, the Alaska summit, Zelensky and his posse showing up in D.C. So we were not on for the summit thing. What are your thoughts post summit with no deal?
Sorry. My favorite part was Zelensky showing up, and I just kept making me think about that song. My posse's on Broadway. Because Zelensky's like, oh, you're not going to get me twice. Shoot, I'm showing up with the whole cavalry.
And a suit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Well,
Which he has no need to do. That man is in a war every single day, and one that he also personally fights in. Let's just stop and pause for a minute on that to make you understand. Zelensky is not just going to other countries championing and asking for aid for his country. My man is out in the streets
He's on the front line.
fighting with his people. Okay? That is extremely honorable. And for someone to come and attack you was, why are you not in a suit? Well, excuse me, I was just on the war field. I'm gonna go get that suit for you.
Yeah, it's like, because I'm not in a suit because, I was literally just fighting the bad guys with the gun. You can't do that.
The ones who are coming in the tanks with the American flags as well as the Russian flag, we're fighting those people.
We're fighting the people that just shot at something with an American flag on it. But notice that
Russia took out your country's business,
right,
on our land.
But notice Trump didn't say nothing about that.
No.
Yes, please.
I think it was honestly just a plan. There's listen, Putin has the strings, baby. He always has, he always will. He's a very smart man. He knows how to play people, and he knows how to play Trump, because Trump likes to. Who the hell claps for a war criminal?
Literally laid out a red carpet.
Red carpet. So that actually was a cover up for something that they were doing in the background, because nothing was really talked about, nothing was done, and Trump left, and nothing was really done. And this man had nerve enough to put this war criminal in the beast.
Not just a war criminal.
The beast.
Wait, not just a war criminal. Let me remind you, Putin was KGB, which meant that he was in Russian intelligence. You gave that man a ride in one of our most secure vehicles so he could look and see all the little gadgets and everything and how it works, so he could go tell his intelligence, okay, they got this.
He ain't got to tell. He got cameras we can't even see. He done took pictures and surveillance and everything else.
Exactly. And it was just you and him.
I find it very interesting. Before the summit, 47 saying, hey, if we don't get a deal, I'm going to impose sanctions on Russia.
Oh, whatever.
The worst part of it was that it was really just for Putin to get a photo op. Trump had this whole day planned with a luncheon and meetings and conversations, and Putin was like, yeah, no, I'm just here for this. Did his speech, was like, okay, I gotta go. And then they had to cancel lunch and everything.
Don't forget that Alaska is a part of what Russia wants back.
Yep. And Putin had the nerve to say that. Like, maybe we'll get it back. And not only that, Putin spoke longer. And usually the protocol is that the country that you're at, the president of that country speaks first and last. Trump let Putin talk first and last, and then when Trump went to shake his hand, looked like a big old dummy, like, hello. It's like, you idiot.
No, that was a cover up for something that they wanted to talk about in the background.
Yep. And then
we all know Putin has something on Trump. And
but Putin, we know what it is now. He knows what's in the Epstein files. He knows exactly what's in the Epstein files. We've been all trying to figure out what is it that he has on him. He knows exactly what's in the Epstein files. That's it. That's what it is.
Okay, I'm going to jump in if I have your permission. This is why people should listen to Michael Wolff, because people may not know, while he was live, Jeffrey Epstein made a trip to Russia.
Yes,
we should listen to Michael Wolff, but you know what, though? Michael Wolff needs to be slapped with a hot towel, because he knows way too much to be just dripping it out for books. And I'm tired of that bullshit with him.
That's true.
Freaking time. He's like, oh yeah, I know this, but y'all don't know this. He knew all this stuff last year, and he should have said something so that we wouldn't be.
Yeah, and I have a disgust for people who do that.
He does this he does this after every freaking election. He's done it 3 times with Trump, and I'm really sick of him.
And what did we tell you about Ghislaine? What did we say? Where is she from? What does her daddy do?
Russia.
Go down the rabbit hole.
Han says, ain't heard a word about it. Dr. Tachi says, you can't make this rubbish up. Like only Dr. Tachi could say it. You can't make this rubbish up.
But Trump sat in the Resolute. He sat behind the Resolute desk and not, in front of the fireplace like they usually do because his ankles.
You're back to this ankles. Let go of it.
No. That was the real reason why.
No.
That was the reason why they reported on that. It was the ankles.
He's not healthy. He is not healthy. And everyone knows that. I don't care how many times he comes out and tells you his doctor told him he's in the best shape, lied about his weight, sound like some little old bitty woman hollering about his weight. He's not well. Look at him. His hands, his feet. That tells it all.
Do you see when he put the makeup on it? Here's the part for me that I did not understand with that makeup. Dude, it's not like you don't have orange makeup to match your hand. You use it on your face all the time. Why did you put the yellow makeup on when you have orange? You have Oompa Loompa orange at home. There's no need for you to use mustard yellow.
Jeez. Oh my gosh.
I mean, that made it worse. That made it stand out worse.
Producer Matt says, you're telling me that a man who eats McDonald's religiously isn't healthy? What?
His colon hasn't seen a vegetable since 1962.
Dr. Tachi has a laugh emoji on producer Matt's comments. But what was it? So do you agree that Putin came out ahead in that Alaska?
Course. Listen, of course.
Putin came out
because he was bold enough to go back to his country and put an American flag on a tank that is going to destroy the Ukraine.
Yeah.
That was not some that was completely strategized.
But here's the thing. Putin came out on top in that meeting, and Zelensky and the European Union came out on top on their meeting. The only loser was America.
Isn't it interesting too this week that Russia bombed an American factory in Poland, and I haven't heard anything from the US government about it?
Because Trump is weak. Look, Trump fired the guy this week.
Yes.
That said in Iran
they didn't do the complete job. Yes.
They didn't do the complete job.
I saw that. Okay, Dr. Tachi goes to producer Matt. I shocked. Enlightened Beans goes, Putin has more power than people give him.
Oh, yes, because he's a strategic man. You have to remember to look at his history. Y'all, he didn't just get up to where he is just in a blink of an eye and the people wanted him. Look at his history. He's a very smart man, and he knows how to play the game. The difference between him, and we all know that we got a loud mouth who can't keep his mouth shut about nothing, but you never hear Putin say anything. When he says things, he comes up, he says exactly what he wants, and he leaves the stage. He doesn't say anything else. He lets people guess, he lets people write, and let them believe whatever you want to, because my man is only making money moves. He's got a plan, and he has no diversion and no patience for anyone who is trying to divert him from his goal, and that is world domination.
Right. And so you could tell a failure. A failure is a person who has to try and convince you that they're great because they know they're not. And that's Trump.
Well, interesting point, according to Michael Wolff, when they went to that summit, they got together, 47 talked and talked and talked.
What he
and,
does.
and Marco Rubio, and what's the other guy's name he has? Steve, who does the negotiations in the Middle East.
Steve Miller.
No. There's a golf buddy of 47s who's trying to resolve all these issues.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Right. And they tried to interrupt. 47 just kept on talking. Putin said nothing.
Well, because Trump thinks that they're friends. Trump has no friends. He thinks Putin is his friend. So when they got together, he thought they were pals and having a pal conversation.
They went there with totally different agendas. They're not having the same experience, darling.
100%. No, I agree with that. I don't think Putin had no intentions of getting up. He's delaying.
Putin doesn't like Trump. See, the thing is that Trump likes Putin. Putin doesn't like Trump. He tolerates him, and there's a difference.
There's a difference. There you go. That's exactly the word that needs to end that segment.
Yep. There's a difference between tolerating someone and liking them, and Trump does not know the difference.
Well, LaLa has ended the segment, so I'll add to Regina's comment. She's ended the segment with and her laughter and her fan. She goes, I love 47's musings about getting into heaven. I can't imagine he'll be around next year. Regina, what's going on with your phone? It's bothering me. What's going on? She goes, also, my mom is 98 and is also worried about getting into heaven. A lot of old people know when their number is up. 47 is definitely having severe health issues.
Yes, he is.
Okay. All right. Let's move to our next conversation piece. We have judge orders a halt to new construction of Alligator Alcatraz Detention Center.
Not only construction, they've got to close it within 60 days.
You're kidding.
But here's what I want you to take away from this story, and this is why I wanted to talk about this today, is we all know that everything that they do is about cruelty. And they seem to find money when they want the money, even though they decided, they're going to be cutting back things. There was $240 million that was put into this project. Florida also went into this with an anticipation of getting an additional $450 million from FEMA, who is not giving anybody any money right now. Okay, they still haven't gotten the money from what went on earlier this year with the hurricanes and stuff. They have never been given any money from FEMA, so they went into that. But this is what I want you to understand. Thank you to the judge who did this. Yes, they are going to need to take it down. Will they? We don't know. There's a lot of things we never know because we never get a follow-up to the story. But the only reason, y'all, is because of environmental issues, not human issues, not humanity, not the hell that they're putting people through, basic human rights. That's not what won out this time, y'all. It was environmental. Thank you to the Muskegee in the Native American tribe, who's the one who went in and said that, no, this is our land. You can't do this. And they're the ones who led the fight in this, along with the environmental people. But let's not get it twisted. They didn't go in on basic human rights because they knew that they could get them on the environmental.
Right.
So
and they have to do that environmental thing because it is on a reservation and there's federal law.
Yes.
There's federal law about how you do things on reservations. It's sovereign land. It's considered sovereign land. And they will, the thing is that is the one thing that they are going to have to abide by. Thankfully, they will have to follow that because it is considered sovereign land. That is the one thing that I do know for sure, having worked in the Commission for Minority Affairs. Thank God. But they have to close it in 60 days.
But don't get it twisted. They're going to be sending them to other places. They're going to find another way for cruelty to
But I do want to say this to the American people: $240 million of your tax dollars wasted.
Wasted. I thought we was going for wasted. I thought Musk was supposed to put everything into check.
Mm-hmm. Okay, before we go any further, so producer Matt Regina is asking, put up the QR code again. So we'll leave it up for a few moments. She also says, it doesn't matter how they got that gulag closed. What a disaster. How they get it built there to begin with is a mystery.
That's
Yes.
point.
The other thing is that it was unsafe because they built it on a swamp. It was going to sink anyway. That's what they were also worried about, was that this thing was already starting to sink.
Let me ask.
And the horror stories that are coming out. See, you guys aren't hearing a lot of it. There are people who have come out of it and they are telling the horror stories that are happening down there. So, of course, the news is not really covering those, but I can guarantee you, if you go on TikTok, if you go on Instagram, you're going to find the right news people and the smaller journalists who are actually reporting on this and interviewing people who were put there.
The physical and the sexual abuse. And remember, the people that are being put there are largely men.
And who's talking about the ones who were shipped over to the other country? Nobody's talking about that anymore.
Nope.
So Dr. Chachi says to Regina, under the cover of the night, I'm sure.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So this federal judge, is 47's administration going to take this to the Supreme Court?
They're trying to appeal it, but the thing is, they are going to lose, because that is, like I said, that is Native American land. They're
right.
Going to lose that. It's
I'm sure DeSatin woke up this morning pretty mad.
It's sovereign. That right there falls under the specific land that we had to give back.
But aren't they? I still feel that 47's team will take it to the Supreme Court.
No, they will take it to the Supreme Court, but that falls under the sovereign land we had to give back. People have tried that before.
Okay. Han says, but they're the problem. And then Regina also says 100%. Don't know what that 100% means, but 100%. All right. I don't think we've heard the end of this story. I think that
we ain't heard the end of any of these stories. Mm-mm. This is a nightmare. What is it?
Here's the thing: they're going to try, but remember, it wasn't just that was a federal judge. So the next stop is the Supreme Court, and it'll be upheld.
All right.
It's not like they got to go. It's not like they got to go to a federal judge after, like, it wasn't a Florida state judge. That was a federal judge.
All right, we'll take down the screen share. Hopefully, Regina, you're going to have success before we finish off today. Han says, it's embarrassing how we are allowing humans to be treated.
But we've been allowing humans to be treated.
Okay, let's get to the next comment.
Okay. That's the part I think that we can't overlook. We've been allowing humans to be treated like this since the country was founded.
All right, so put up this here. Regina still talking, getting a screen with code L4P. Type that. You can type it in. Just type in capitals FSPL8L. You're not stuck. Type it in, and over it, that there's a default code that shows up there. You can just type in FSPL8L. It'll override what's there. It's not going to budge. It shouldn't budge. You just type the code over it, and you'll be fine. All right, let's go to. Oh boy. This is an interesting final story. Marjorie Taylor Greene says Jasmine Crockett is less black because she is well educated.
I don't know who made Marjorie Taylor Greene the purveyor of blackness, but she's barely the purveyor of white trashness.
Oh, jeez. Ouch.
I mean, just because we go to private school doesn't mean that we have devolved ourselves of the experiences of being black in this country. Actually, when black kids go to private school, we're oftentimes the fewest of us there, and have a harder time. But guess what, Marjorie Taylor Greene? When we go home, we black. When we go to family reunions, we're black. When we, it's look, in front of y'all, we might behave differently.
Code switch.
Right. But
They've made it where we have to.
but the thing is that they think that because they see us in a certain environment, that is all that we have no other life or experiences outside of what they see, because you think that we're damn invisible.
I agree with Dr. Tachi. So I agree. That's all I have to say. That is my point for Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Ever since she said she called you bleach blonde, bad built, butch body, you have been after her because she read you for filth, and
she couldn't even get her words together after that. She was devastated over that.
Right, because see, and the thing is that you tried to comfort her, and she destroyed your life.
All right, before we continue on, this is for Regina. You're telling me it's not letting you type over? You should, if you hit your cursor, you should be able to type that stuff in. I'm able to do it on my phone. Everyone else is able to do it. So there must be a phone issue. If you just click on in the field there, you should be able to type in FSPL8L. Continue on with our dear friend Marjorie.
But yeah, this is a jealousy issue. First of all, Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's infinitely jealous of Jasmine Crockett for being popular, for being smart
and
beautiful. Because Marjorie Taylor Greene goes and looks in the mirror and she sees Hulk Hogan.
There were no lies told.
She sees a Neanderthal. She thought that she took such good care of her body, but she doesn't take good care of her face.
Ouch.
And just that's all there is to it. It's like, the fact that she feels that she has the right to say who is and who isn't Black enough means that she has a stereotype of what it means to be Black. We're not a monolith. We're diverse.
Honey, we come in all shades. You don't know who you talking to.
We come in all shades, all flavors, and look, and we could be Claire Huxtable, but Claire Huxtable also had a little sass to her too.
That's true.
When she would curse Elvin out.
Oh gosh. All right. Some comments flying in here. We've got hands saying no matter where you are expected to be whitewashed.
Yes.
Regina says she is a waste of good air. I ignore her. Back to the trailer park, the rundown one by the swamp and town dump. Dr. Tachi's trying to help out Regina, saying, right, just start typing. She goes, I know how to type over it, guys. It's not working. Dr. Tachi has a very interesting emojis with the skulls. And then also, Dr. Tachi, Regina says, I'll try too. Regina says, MTG is a living embodiment of Mayella Ewell.
Mayella Ewell from
Ewell.
Kill a Mockingbird. Yes. Because Mayella Ewell was so ugly to think that Black man wanted to rape her. Yes.
And then Dr. Tachi says, indeed, Regina, a waste of skin. I haven't heard that term in a while. Waste of skin. Dr. Tachi, I think you need to trademark that. Waste of skin. I think that should be one of your trademarks.
Please. But no, basically, but Marjorie Taylor Greene thinking that she was going to convince Black people that Jasmine Crockett isn't who she says she is because she went to private school, as if Black people don't know other Black people who went to private school.
She honestly thinks we're all very uneducated and that we live the ghetto life. That's what she sees in us. That's all she wants to see.
Y'all, do you know how many HBCUs are private? Howard, Fisk, Spelman, Morehouse.
But like they don't know anything else because they don't even know how the government is run. They don't know nothing about us. But, you know, they want to whitewash everything. No, baby, you can't cover up Black excellence. You have never been able to do it. Out of all of history, it will always come up to rise. You may suppress it every once in a while, but it's so excellent and it shines so bright that it will always rise to the top.
Exactly. Now, look, here's the thing. All you got to tell any Black person is that Jasmine Crockett is a member of the Divine Nine. And then say, but Marjorie Taylor Greene says she's not Black enough.
She's not Black enough. I'd love.
Really? Are they gonna believe that? Yeah. If she was, look, if Jasmine Crockett wasn't Black enough, she'd be a member of Delta Delta Delta, not Delta Sigma Theta.
That's hilarious. That is not. It's not hilarious. That's sad. To be honest, like really and truly, do Black
She
people
needs to calm down because I'm gonna tell you right now, I have never wanted to not agree with somebody so bad, but she does come out lately with some stuff. Now then she goes back to her roots, but I have to say, like lately, she's been calling things out like she sees it, but there's an agenda to that too. She didn't get what she wanted from Daddy Trump, so therefore she's trying to take a different agenda.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I hate that I agree with Marjorie Taylor Greene on some things that are going down, particularly with this Epstein stuff. But she also needs to know her place.
Yep.
And her place right now is to sit her MAGA ass down
And shut up.
and deal with this Epstein stuff and stay out of Black people's business. Deal with MAGA world. That's what you know. That's your lane. Stay in it.
I think on that note, we're done. To some more comments here, Regina says, I went after them, but the whole situation is depressing. She also says, please look up the video of Crockett going after the crooked judge in Georgia court.
Yeah.
I've never seen his brilliance on display.
Yeah. Yep, I've seen that. And I've watched it more than once.
There you go. And also, Regina, I know you are having difficulty. I was able to finally get in on that app. So I think that if, like it said, I got a message here, retry. And when I hit the retry and it allowed, I don't think it's, it should work okay. But hey, next time. Before we exit, she says, and let us not forget about Alina Habba getting taught. Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. I love the fact that judge said to her, you're not qualified. You just aren't qualified. And all I can think about was when Alina Habba said she would rather be pretty than be smart.
Oh, Lord.
Well, guess what the judge said? Pretty is not qualification. You are not qualified. So we're throwing out all your cases.
Absolutely love it.
All right. We're getting ready to shut down, but something I would like to tell you, ladies, believe it or not, this is the last show we're going to have producer Matt with us. He's been with us. He's got to go back to the school and finish off his last year. So do you have any words for Mr. Matt too before we shut it down?
Oh, yes. I think that you have done an excellent job. You keep us on our toes, and we're very glad to have you. We're going to be sorry to see you go, but you're going to do excellent things.
Yes, you did a great job with us this summer. I'm so happy that you've been able to work with us, and good luck on your last year. And have fun with it too, though. The last year of college is a good one, so have fun with it.
All right. Some more messages here. Hands off goes, oh, snap. And then Regina goes, she can't enter evidence in court. Bimbo. And Dr. Tachi says, well done, Matt. Excellent job. Look, anyone who can tolerate with these ladies, can put up with them, you're done good in my books. You're done good. All right. Speaking about doing good, let's make sure they tell us how we can get in touch with them. First off, let's go to LaLa.
I make it really easy for you. All you have to do is just go to my website, which is laurakey.net. I have a lot of free resources there. You're going to need them. Because not only do I talk about real estate there, but I also have a lot of freebies that deal with your credit as well as your budget planning. Listen, guys, they're coming after everything. The world is getting really expensive now. You really need to get a handle on your finances and start really seeing what you're spending your extra money on. Do you really need that extra Starbucks that week? Maybe not. So go to my website at laurakey.net and go check out all those freebies and maybe sign up for my next class next month. So I look forward to seeing you there. Go ahead and get your stuff.
Next up, Aisha K.
You can find me at AK Staggers on Instagram, Medium, Aisha K Staggers, Medium.com, Blue Sky, AK Staggers at bsky.social. I submit about a piece a week on brendomedia.com on Substack, and my Substack is at Aisha K Staggers.
All right, and let's finish off with myself. You can get a hold of me on my website, thedrvibeshow.com, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, The Dr. Vibe Show, Instagram, The DRVIBESHOW, X/Twitter at DRVIBESHOW, email dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com. On Substack, you can get a hold of me at... I think I'm on Substack. Yeah, I am. I'm posting more and more stuff there. drvibe.substack.com/subscribe. Blue Sky at drvibe.bsky social, and TikTok at the dr.vibeshow. And you can catch replays of this epic conversation on the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and the website. I think that's it. That's all. We is done. Want to say thanks to everybody who chimed in today. Sorry, Regina, you are having challenges calling in. Like I'm able to do it, but we're speaking the next time that it'll all be good. Want to say, LaLa, enjoy next weekend off. You deserve it. You and Will, as always. I'm planning for us to be on next week. Dr. Tachi, I know you're watching live, but we're already putting the call out. Are you available next Saturday? Because we want to do another fire episode next Saturday with Dr. Tachi and with us and Aisha. As always, live your life as a dream. If you want to, if you can dream it, you can make it. Sometimes you have to get small to get stronger. Block assumptions, aim bigger, aim better, aim higher, aim wider. Love, faith, and respect. Don't just manage your time, manage your energy. Remember to give yourself grace. And if you're not making money, make history. Try to do both. And as always, make it better. Oh, Dr. Tachi says, okay, so we will be doing next Saturday. There you go. So Dr. Tachi and Regina says, sorry, glad to be here, though. No, we're not going to be happy till you call in. So Regina, some way, somehow I want to connect with you, and I want to test this, especially for you. So if there's a way that you and I can cross paths, or if anyone has her contact information, or DM me on Instagram or wherever, or you have the email address, I want to test this with you especially so we can get you to call in. All right? God bless. Peace well. Keep the faith. Walk good. And again, thank you, Producer Matt, for an amazing summer with Primetime Style with Aisha and LaLa. Be well and keep the faith. Bye.
To understand how afraid I am of any member of the rodent family that's down to squirrels and chipmunks. Okay? I cannot stand all members of the rodent family. Rabbits, bunnies, no. What else is going on that day? I mean, is there something we're supposed to be doing?
Why are you going there? Why are you going there? You know I'm going to ask you. It falls the same day as the inauguration of the new president.
The what? Excuse me? I'm sorry?
You mean so in other words, Monday.
So onesies. Now, folks, don't ever think you're going to see us all on a show with onesies on. Don't do that.
You might see me. You might see me.
You'll see me and LaLa, because we oftentimes wear ours.